It's probably already recording.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's probably been recording our conversation. That's what happens sometimes. Okay.
Okay.
So this is lesson 2.8. This is about putting equations into slope-intercept form and then graphing it. So this is a little different because it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look like this. We need to make it look like that. So the first thing that we need to do is isolate y, which means get y alone. Okay, so that means we're going to move the x. So that's the first thing we need to do. We need to isolate y or get y alone by moving the x. Then the second thing we need to do is divide, and that's by the number in front of y. So these are the two steps. We need to isolate y by moving x and then divide by the number in front of y. Then we can graph the y-intercept, which is b, and then graph the slope, which is m. Okay? So I'm going to model step 1 and step 2 right here. So if you're watching this video, please take a second to write down this equation. Just write down that equation. So the first thing we're going to do is move x. So here's the piece that has the x on it. It's positive, so to undo it, we need to subtract x, but we need to do it on both sides. So we end up with, these disappear, and you have 3y equals 9 minus x. And then the second step is to divide by the number in front of y. So you guys, what is the number in front of y?
3.
3. So we need to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. So we end up with y equals 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then this is minus, we can just call it 1x over 3. So that's our equation now. I'm going to ask you what you prefer, and I want to hear your guys' feedback. So this is a little bit weird because our y-intercept is actually 3 because it's this number with no x. And then our slope is negative 1 over 3. Here's my question to you. Do you want me to rewrite these and change the order and put this first and then plus 3? Please know that you will need to do that then. You'll need to know which one stays positive and which stays negative. I'm a little afraid that if you move them, you will forget to take the sign, the positive or the negative with it. So my question is, do you want me to write it in black, knowing that you will also have to be able to move them? Or do you want me to write it like this in purple, knowing that you have to look carefully for the y-intercept?
Are you saying that they have to move with the negative?
Yeah, so you see how that's exactly what I'm saying. So you see how this negative is in front of this one? That means it needs to move with it.
Oh.
So the sign in front is like Mr. or Mrs. It tells you if it's positive or negative. You have to keep the sign in front. So do you want me to keep it like it is in purple, or do you want me to rewrite them in black, like they are in black?
Just keep them black.
So rewrite them like that in black?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what we would do is we would have our y-intercept of 3, 1, 2, 3. And then our slope is negative 1, forward 3, negative 1, forward 3. Or up 1, backwards 3, like that. So you guys, I hope what you wrote down on your homework or on your notes, I'm sorry. I'm hoping that you wrote down this stuff, these steps. All right, we've got another one on the next page. Okay, so take a minute. Please write this down. So the first step was to isolate y by moving the x. This is the x part. Is that positive or negative?
Is it positive?
Yep. So to get rid of it, we would need to subtract it. So these would disappear. We'd have negative y equals 4 minus 2x. And then the second step is to divide by the number in front of y. What is the number in front of y? This one's tricky.
-1.
Yeah, exactly. If there's nothing there, you can put a 1. So we divide by -1, divide by -1, divide by -1. We get y equals -4 plus 2x. Okay, so if you guys want to rewrite it so that x comes first, tell me exactly what to write. Y equals what?
Why?
Is it 1?
Nope. The number in front of y is 1, but we're good now.
6, I mean.
I get what you're thinking because there's the 4 plus the 2, but the one's got an x and the other doesn't. So what I'm saying is if we want to change the order, like from this to this, you need to be comfortable rewriting it yourself because I won't be there to do it for you. So what I'm asking is if we want to rewrite this with the x part in front, what do I write? Which part has the x on it? Which number has the x on it?
The 2.
Yeah, and is the 2 positive or negative?
It's positive.
Positive. So I'm just going to write 2x, keep it positive. I don't need a plus sign because it's automatically positive. And then what is this, the plain number?
-4.
Yeah, -4. So all I'm saying is if you rewrite it, just make sure you keep the correct thing positive and negative. Okay, so now what is the
Oh,
y?
so you're just rewriting the thing.
Yes, exactly, just flipping them. So what is the y-intercept here? Oh, you cut out. What's the y-intercept?
Miss Nina, what is the slope formula again, or the equation? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the y equals mx plus b.
Oh,
Is it 2, the y-intercept?
the y-intercept is actually the other one.
4? -4?
Yeah. So the one with the x is always the slope. And the one without is the y-intercept. So for us, the y-intercept is -4. Like this. And then the slope is 2. But if we don't have a fraction, what do we do? Because we need a rise over run. What do we do?
How would we make a whole number into a fraction? If a number is divided by 1,
So if there's ever just a whole number, you guys put a 1 on the bottom. So here, from here, we rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1. Or down 2, back 1, down 2, back 1.
Wait,
Okay.
is there gonna be a lot of these stuff in the test?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I might remove this section 2.8 from the test, but yes, that's what this section is on.
are we having a hard time with just like identifying which is the y-intercept and then which is the slope? Or, you know, if there's a whole number?
No,
Yeah.
like I know how to do it, but then
Okay.
it's confusing. I don't know.
Do you know which part is confusing? How about I do the next one and then you stop me when it gets when you're confused, okay?
Yep, so I encourage you to ask questions as she goes so then we can clarify, and that's really going to help
For sure.
for when you need to do it on your own.
And it helps everybody else too.
Yep.
Okay, so can you guys take a second to write this one down really quick? We have 2 more, this one and 1 more. Okay, so the first step is to isolate y by moving the x. So what is our x term here? Which part has the x?
4.
And is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, so to get rid of it, we need to do minus it. That's the opposite. So this is 0, and we have negative 3y equals 6 minus 4x. Okay, second step is to isolate, the second step is to divide by the number in front of y. What is the number in front of y?
-3.
Yep, so we're going to divide by -3, divide by -3, divide by -3. So we get those cancel, and we have y equals 6 divided by -3 is -2.
Wait.
Yep.
Why didn't you get rid of the -4?
Why didn't we get rid of it? Like right here?
Yeah, because
So
you
you just
you
negative
subtract 6 from 4, right?
But this has an x on it, and 6 doesn't. So you can't subtract it from that. If it was just 6 minus 4, then we'd say, yeah, 2. But it's 6 minus 4x. So they're 2 different things. They look different. Does that make sense or no?
Yes.
Okay. So then, just jumping back in, 6 divided by -3 is -2. And then -4 divided by -3 is positive 4/3x. So now, if you guys want me to rewrite it, it's totally fine. But just tell me, what do I write first?
-2.
That's if we keep it this way. -2 would come first.
4 positive 4/3. I don't know.
Yep. 4/3x. And then what's on the end?
-2.
Got it. So looking at this right here, which one is our y-intercept?
2.
2. No, 4.
It's actually -2, just the plain number.
Mhm.
And then what is our slope?
4/3.
4/3. So from here, we're going to rise 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run 3. 1, 2, 3. rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, run 3, 1, 2, 3, or down 4, backwards 3, like that. Can we go to the last one, or do you have some questions on there? But it's totally fine if you have questions.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So can you guys take a moment, write this last one down? Okay, so the first move is to move the x term to get y by itself. So what is our x term?
Three.
Yep, 3x. Is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Good. So since it's positive, we need to minus to do the opposite. So we get those disappear, and we have 2y equals -6 minus 3x. And then the second step is to divide by the number in front of y. I'll wait. Sorry, I'll give you a second. So we divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. We get y equals -6 divided by 2 is -3. -3 divided by 2 is just, I would leave it, -3 over 2x. So if we rewrite it, what will come first?
-3 over 2.
Good. And then?
Minus 3.
You got it. What's my y-intercept?
-3.
Perfect. And then my slope?
-3 over 2.
Got it. So -3 is our y-intercept. And then from there, the slope is -3 over 2. So down 3, forward 2, or up 3, backwards 2, up 3, backwards 2, up 3, back 2. I'll give you a second, either take a picture or write that down. I'm going to stop recording.